What's up everybody, so this is your man Hugo, and today I have some exciting stuff that are coming for you guys. So first things first, I'm gonna talk about a crazy cool ETF today, and I think you guys, if you haven't heard about ARK Invest, you need to check them out. So I'm gonna talk about them today, and I think that they have some ETFs that could easily like 5x over the next years. So I'm gonna talk about who they are, what they're doing, and some ETFs that I think are cool. Because in this channel we talked about dollar average and we talked about the 70-30 rule. So I'm gonna talk today about some ETFs because we talked a lot about stocks. But before we get into that, we have to cover two things. And the first thing first is like last week, which was insane. I'm not sure if you guys got into Airbnb, but I skipped out on it. Instead, I got into another company that gonna merge with PaySafe, and they have a ticker symbol of BFT. So you can Google them if you want to. I got it on Monday. So I'm not gonna talk about them today, but if you're in Airbnb, be careful because there might be a short-term pullback and then you might see a long return. But I passed on it because it didn't match my game plan, and there's so many opportunities out there right now. So I passed on it. So that's what it is, you gotta be able to go with your plans and not going with your plan. And the last announcement I have before we get into the video is this: I'm gonna making free videos more, and then I'm gonna take a break from it. And the reason for this is because I think I need to take a step back and figure out what I want to have on my channel and what I want to do, because right now it's kind of it's middle. So I think I need to figure out what you guys are looking for and what I like to do, and then if I'm gonna keep doing the videos, I rather want to have them in higher quality than, I need to figure out what I want to do with this channel. So I'm gonna take a step back for a little bit, so you're not gonna see a video every week. I'm gonna announce it every week until I take the break. But just so you guys know, so this video today is gonna be about ETF. The next is gonna be about stocks, and the last one is gonna be where I was when I started and then where I am now before the year has ended. So I think that's gonna be three really good videos. I hope you check them out, all of them. But if you're not, if you're just checking out this one, welcome to the channel and check this ETF out. So let's just get into it. Alright guys, so let's look into this fresh as hell webpage, ARK Invest. I mean, that's the company, ARK Invest. And you can see even here, they focus on, we invest in solely in disruptive innovation. They're disruptive. So I mean, they're focusing on the future, and that's what you like to hear because that makes money, babies. So here's the deal. They're focusing on everything like this, ARK disruptive, autonomous, blah blah blah, and things. And I mean, they're focusing on the things that in the future. So here's the deal: we are all young on this channel, almost all of us. Excuse me. So we are young, and I mean, we can invest now. And I mean, look at this. I think this meme is funny. The only regret you will have is you didn't buy more. So now when we're young, buy things, buy stocks, buy ETFs, and get it now. It can grow a lot in 50 years or 40 years. And I mean, even in 30 years, we can be financially set. So getting in now into an ETF is great. So this is an innovative thing that looks into the future, and I mean, that fits out perfect. We have time, we want to look into the future. So I'm gonna show you guys a video about them, which you can check it out. So it wasn't that one, it was this one. So let's go.
ARK is a global investment firm, and we are focused only on disruptive innovation. That's our sole focus. We believe that investors are missing out on some amazing opportunities out there just because of how the traditional financial world is set up. It's very siloed, specialized in a world where technology is permeating every sector and innovation platforms are converging. DNA sequencing, robotics, energy storage, artificial intelligence, blockchain technology. These are the five major innovation platforms today that are evolving at the same time. We have never seen this amount of innovation evolving at the same time in history.
So I think that's a really good point. I'm just gonna point it out. Everybody always talk about oh, I missed invest in Bitcoin, or I missed invest in Apple, or I missed invest in Amazon, and you will see these posts oh, if you invest in 2000 in Amazon, you wouldn't have this much money now. So I mean, as she's saying this right now, there is this is this is it. Like right now, there's never been this many opportunities before ever. So right now is like the time when we can find opportunities, and you want to have a Michael Jordan on your team. And I mean, she is the Michael Jordan in the freaking financial world. You want to have a person, and she has built her team. She got freaking Rodman on there. She got Pippen on there. And I mean, they're good. So the whole team is set up to be able to score and win championship. So I mean, here's the deal. Like, she's getting ready with her team, and we want to have those people in our team. So this could be an ETF that we could maybe add to our team. So I'm gonna keep watching the video, and you can make the opinion for yourself. But here's the deal.
Evolving at the same time in history.
ARK is not your traditional investment firm. Most firms are managed around sectors, or market cap, or pre-existing industries. We're really focused on figuring out where the world's headed and the key technology platforms that will lead us there. We're trying to deal with much larger narratives. We're trying to figure out, what is the world of transportation going to look like 5 to 10 years from now? How much energy is going to be generated and stored using either solar or lithium-ion battery cells? How much of software is going to shift over to artificial intelligence over the next 10 years? We're trying to figure out the macro trends of technology over the next 5 to 10 years, and that's much more exciting than maybe working out the minutia of the next quarter or so.
I'm gonna skip this part because this part is like not too fun. So let's just skip it.
Research and get to the truth. Traditional investment firms are having trouble, we believe, understanding the magnitude of the innovations that are taking place today. Investment firms that are not set up appropriately to analyze and research and invest in disruptive innovation are going to be depriving investors of some of the biggest opportunities of our lifetime.
I think that's really cool, and if you never heard about her before, you need to read more about her. Her name is Cathie Wood. I will say one more time, Cathie Wood, and she was the one who founded freaking ARK Invest. And I mean, ARK Invest is amazing. You need to check them out. So here's the deal. ARK Invest is like focusing on innovation, and she's been working in the financial sector for like 40 years. It says with over 40 years of experience identifying and investing in innovation, Cathie founded freaking ARK Invest, and they will make money, babies, for you. So here's the deal. She's been named like, you know, the Woman Finance of the Year, and she's been named like so many things because she's like an amazing person. And here is her favorite quote. I'm not gonna read it, but if you want to check out more about it, her. But let's check out the team. Let me see here. Our team. So here you can see like meet the team. So here you have like the leader, Catherine. I mean, she's the star player, and then we got the rest of the people here. And I mean, she set up like the whole team. So these are like smart ass people. There's not like every day. I looked in like what it takes to like get recruited to like work on this ARK investment. And you can't just send in your resume. You have to send in like a video, and you have to like convince them why you're so good and so on and so forth. But enough with that. I'm gonna show you guys like, because Catherine has been a big spokesman for Tesla. She was one of the first one that like said like Tesla's gonna go up enormous. And I mean, this is when Tesla last year, and I will show you guys a YouTube clip from it when like she was talking about like that she thinks that Tesla will go to 4,000, and this is when Tesla is down 29%. So check this out.
Or worse, because there's always two sides to a story. You at ARK Invest have become very closely associated with one stock in particular, and that is Tesla, because you made a lot of waves by attaching a $4,000 price target to the shares at one point.
Yes.
This means that you are obviously very bullish on Tesla and you do hold it in the funds. Is that correct? And if so, is it just a buy and hold, hope it pans out for the next 20 or 25 years? Or is it something different in the way that you approach this particular holding in Tesla?
It is our largest position, but before I go into that, our conviction has increased in the last year or so. It's our largest position. It's down about 29% this year, and it's always been our largest position this year. And yet our fund is up 28%.
How is that? How does that happen?
Yes.
How does that happen?
It is
That's
because
crazy.
last year, when genomics was under assault because of reimbursement concerns and pricing concerns and so forth, we were leaning into those heavily. So you buy low, right? We were leaning into
Warren
those.
Buffett,
and so
buy
our
low,
second
sell high.
largest position, Invitae, which we think is one of the most important molecular diagnostic companies out there, riding down the cost curve of DNA sequencing, it's up 125%.
All right, so the point is like this. She's been talking about Tesla for a long ass time. In 2019, Tesla was freaking down here. You can see almost 20% down here, boom. And I mean, she's still saying like, we are more convinced than ever that Tesla will go up. You can see now, a year and a half later, Tesla is freaking skyrocket. So here's the deal. You like, having a person like this on your team is amazing. You want to have a person like this on the team. And I mean, you can see her, some of the things she's saying is like even taking like from Warren Buffett, like the best investment ever and like my idol. She's saying like, you know, when the market's going down, we think the market is wrong and the market has like, you know, given out a good price on this company. So we bought it. A year later, it's up 100%, which is insane. So I'm going to show you guys some of the ETFs now and we can look into them. So here, and if you go in here and you click on like, you know, we can just go back to the main page. So here you can see like, if you go here and you click on like, okay, ETFs, this like comes up here and you scroll down, explore ARK ETFs. So boom, you come in here and here you can see all of the different ETFs. So I think the ARK Innovation ETF is a pretty cool ETF because as of my understanding, it seemed to be a little bit of mixture of these ones. They're all a little bit integrated to each other, but this one seemed to be most integrated to like the other, and the other one seemed to be like a special feel. Like this one focused on fintech, this one focused about genomic, this one focused about the next generation of internet, and this one about, you know, robotic and stuff like that. So if we, for instance, click on this one, ARK Innovation ETF, you can see that their typical holding is like 35 to 50 position, which is well diversified, because, you know, if you're like, either way they have diversified. And you can see like here are some of their holdings. So if you can look here, you can see like Tesla, Ruco, CRISPR, Square, Innovative, and so on and so forth. But the point is like this, like the ARK Investments ETF has been performing really good lately. You can see like here they've been going up, and you can see a year like here the skyrocket here. I mean, because like all the things like that they have been talking about for so long, it's like it been skyrocket. So is it still a good time to get in? I think when you dollar average getting in, you know, it's like it's hard to tell if it's like now is a good time or later is a good time. But I think getting into an ETF with smart people like this, it's a good betting. I'm not sure because I'm not a god if it's a good, but I think this is some really crazy good ETFs. So you can look into these ETFs and see, like here you can click on like fintechs, and you can like press like all, for instance, and then you can see like, okay, this one has also been going up, maybe not as much as the other one, but you can look like, okay, these are these ones and these are these ones. And I think if you like want to look into ETFs, which I think is a great way, especially if you want to be more passively investing, I think ARK, you need to have them on your radar. You definitely need to have them, and you need to like have a look on what Catherine is doing, because we are young, we have a lot of time. So investing into the future is what we should be doing, not investing in like big ass companies like today. So we want to invest in innovating companies that like have a solid ground. So having a team like Catherine is really good. So as you remember, I've been talking a lot about the 70, 20 and 10 rule. Like you put 70% into ETFs, 20% into dividend, and then 10% into, you know, risky stocks. And it could be like this. You can put like 70% into like ETFs, which could be like ARK Invest. You can split it into like a few different of the ARK Invest, or you can like split it like, okay, I'm gonna put half of my money into like ARK Invest in innovation fund, and then I'm gonna put half of my other money into some other company's fund which focus about something else. And then you put 20% into different like dividend stock, which can be Disney, which is my favorite stock, as you know. We've been talking a lot about this channel, so I'm not gonna get into Disney again, but a lot, it could be like Disney, it could be Coke, it could be something else, and then 10% could be risky stocks, which could be, you know, I don't know, maybe Airbnb, it could be some of the new SPACs or something, you know, it could be like some riskier stocks. And then you like split it like this, and then every month you dollar average into this, and then boom, you get a millionaire after a long time. But boom, you will get a millionaire by this way, 100% sure. So almost not 100, but 99.9999. So my point of this whole video is like that ARK Invest is a very investing and very disruptive ETFs. And I know some of you guys have been looking into buying ETFs, so this could be one of them which you can keep in your radar. And I would say like this, if you're thinking about if you should get in or not get in, I think that the best way is like this. We can miss a lot of opportunities in our lives, but missing investing is like, I don't think we should miss these opportunities, because we miss opportunities everywhere. Like you missed maybe talking to a girl you missed talking to a guy, you missed like taking the test, you missed doing this, you missed a party. But we shouldn't miss this part of our life. This part we should have a good strategy and be ready to go. So I hope you enjoyed this ETF video. So next video I'm gonna give you some stocks that I think is gonna be really dope in 2021 and forward. So I'm gonna give you that one, and then the last video, as you remember, will be about myself. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and take care everybody. Please let me know in the comments what you thought about this video and what you think about freaking ARK Invest with Catherine. So take care everybody, have a good Sunday and have a good week. Bye bye.